Welcome to the Stephanie Herman Show. I'm so glad you're here today because we have a magical time that we're going to spend in the Napa Valley together. I'm going to take you to the Ceja Vineyards, where we see a dream come true of Mexican immigrants who have made 160 acres of vineyards. And then I have a surprise performance of dance. And after that, you're going to come with me and we're going to have a wonderful day at the enchanting, breathtaking Carneros Inn. It's a beautiful hotel, spa, restaurant, and let's just have fun. Come with me. Come join me. This is an amazing story that I want to tell you about Pablo and Juanita Ceja. They're pioneering Mexican immigrants who made their dream come true for their family.
We are making wine because we love food. See, the food came first before the wine. And obviously because we also have access to some of the best grapes in Napa and Sonoma. I love these little taquitos that have beans just lightly sauteed with some wonderful cheese, and they're just grilled. With this salsa, it'll be spectacular with Cabernet Sauvignon. Beans and Cabernet, who would have thought? This is going to be lovely because there is a little bit of the Vino de Casa wine in there, but it's also, our Chardonnay will be lovely for a totally different reason, and I invite you to try the Pinot Noir with it as well. And there, even though there is a very mild, spice component, this, because they're so balanced, lower alcohol with nice acidity, it will totally cut through the spice.
That's how they get their wines, is they really want the smells and the flavors and the essence of homogenizing everything together to get the beautiful flavors of their wines.
One of the main objectives of Ceja, when it comes down to the philosophy of Ceja wines, at the end of the day is very simple. We are farmers first and a far second at everything else, although we do have a background from UC Davis and been in this business for a long time. But you will find that any honest winemaker would tell you that the flavors, the aromas, the whole essence of the wine is derived from the vines, from Mother Earth. I think that the soil composition, the weather, the amount of water, those are the key elements that in turn will make that beautiful glass of wine that you would enjoy with your favorite dish. And so at Ceja, our emphasis is to make food-friendly wines and wines that have a direct connection to our vineyards, to our farming practices.
Here in the middle of the vineyards, it's something quite spectacular as well. I mean, this is where I grew up, playing amongst the vines.
Did you play and run and chase?
And tripped over the drip system. And
did you ever get yelled at? Get out of there!
I still get yelled at, please, come on. Working with the family, you're never home free. But it's our place that we call home. At Ceja Vineyards, the fact that, again, we've come from the vineyards, we know that it's a relationship or a marriage between, I guess, the skilled worker and against the soil, Mother Nature. And so to pollute that, I think, would be very tragic. And so what we have decided as a family, at least when it comes to taking care of our vines, tending to them, we use organic means. And so what that means, say, is to kill off weeds instead of literally adding herbicides. There's this one in particular that's very nasty called Roundup. We rather say, take a shovel to them and just kill them that way. plant legumes, bean sprouts, different greens, if you will.
Where are the bean sprouts?
Well, right now, I mean, typically a lot of this is done during the spring to provide nutrients back into the soils rather than putting, say, harsh fertilizers, agrochemicals. Ultimately, as an individual working through, these vineyards, you don't want to be covered in that filth, that muck, and it pollutes the soils, it pollutes, I think, the atmosphere, and you're not, being one with nature.
Hello, here we are again at Ceja Winery, but this time we are so lucky to have Mama Juanita, who is the mother of the 10 children, and her husband, who was working the fields while she was back in Mexico, having child after child. And 7 children later, finally the father had enough money to bring the children and the wife back to the land and to purchase enough land to start this beautiful winery, of which then they had 3 more children, making it 10 children. And I feel so blessed to have Mama Juanita here. Muchas gracias, Mama Juanita.
Pues gracias a ustedes por estar aquí en este lugar, y yo estoy muy contenta y feliz de verlos a ustedes que están ayudando a cada uno de mis hijos. Pues empezó como era mi familia muy grande. Cuando nosotros venimos aquí, fue muy difícil para nosotros. Éramos extranjeros, no teníamos familia aquí, no teníamos una casa donde llegar. Como yo no tuve estudio en mi niñez, yo quería que mis hijos estudiaran y llegaran a ser unos niños de bien. Hubo años que había 3 hijos en la universidad. Yo limpiaba casas, yo trabajaba en fábricas, en lo que yo podía, para cuando ellos venían, yo darles a cada uno algo para que ellos comieran. Yo estoy tan segura que algunos de mis hijos hubo días que no tenían ni siquiera para un desayuno. Pero ellos eran tan fuertes que ellos, como veían a su papá, que ellos trabajaban en el campo muy, muy difícil, y eran muchos ellos, y su papá mis hijos veían que su papá pues era muy poco lo que él podía tener para ellos. Entonces yo les decía, miren hijos, todos vamos a trabajar. Ustedes estudian y yo en lo que yo pueda les voy a ayudar. Cuando Armando se fue a la universidad, yo trabajé en una guainería por 7 años. Y a mí me gustaba ese trabajo, y yo decía, Dios mío, que uno de todos estos hijos que tú me diste, que ellos puedan tener un lugar en que sea chiquito para que ellos trabajen y puedan tener esto tan lindo. A mí se me hacía muy bonito el vino, las viñas y todo.
Do you like wine?
¿Le gusta el vino? Sí, me encanta.
Oh, good.
Me gusta.
Yes, yes.
Y me gusta más por ver que estos niños, el deseo que yo tenía, se me concedió de verlos yo, que están ellos en este trabajo realizándolo, haciéndolo, vendiéndolo. Para mí es una satisfacción muy grande. contenta, feliz y no me canso de darle gracias a Dios, de ver yo a cada uno de mis hijos que está realizado. Pues yo creo que todas las madres, para los hijos tenemos el corazón muy grande, porque una madre, ¿qué es lo que quiere? Que sus hijos sean hijos buenos, estudiosos, que progresen.
Hi. That was such an inspiring story that I had to choreograph a dance about the theme of the struggles that this family went through for 40 years, building a dream and trying to grow a little piece of land and it growing and growing, and their dream just kept getting bigger and bigger, and now they have 160 acres of land. So I've danced with Sonia, and I've choreographed this dance just for you, and you'll see it represents Ceja. So now, let's all get together and go to the Carneros Inn for the day. Are you ready? We're going to have breakfast there, spa, swimming, have some wonderful dinner, and just enjoy the whole day retreat. And I hope that you'll come back and join me another time in January and February when I have a retreat going there for the Pilates Body and Rhythm program. So enjoy this and come out of that TV for a magical journey. Gibson, the Director of Sales and Management, would you say?
Sales and Marketing.
Sales and Marketing at the Carneros Inn. And thank you so much
Absolute
for being
pleasure.
here. It's
Great
such
to
a
have you here.
joy listening to the history coming out of you and all about the Carneros. So where did the name Carneros come from?
So Carneros is a Spanish term. It's a male sheep. These lands at the southern end of Napa and Sonoma were grazing lands for many, many years, and actually were slaughterhouses, and the lambs were actually brought to San Francisco by water. It's always been looked at as a non-grape growing region. Napa and Sonoma kind of look down on this windswept valley down here. Clay is very hard. So it wasn't until the 70s when they started having great success with the Pinot and Chardonnay.
And do you have any wines that you offer at this beautiful
Absolutely.
Carneros Inn?
Yeah, there's probably 350 wineries in the region. Within a mile from us, there's 30 or 40 quite famous wineries. Saintsbury, Etude, Carneros Creek, Ceja, which you visited yesterday.
I'll be seeing on our show.
So, and there's also a lot of grape growers down here that don't actually produce, but actually sell their grapes.
So I wanted to know the birth of the Carneros Inn. What was the inception? Who started it?
Keith Rogel's the founder. He got 4 partners together. This was multi-use property that was RV storage and trailer park. So it was
Did he have a history in hotel business?
Grew up, his parents were in the travel industry, and he traveled extensively as a child. Very much, which is totally true, thought that the world-class hotels had a true sense of place, offered a unique experience, and with the world becoming so homogeneous in the experience from Beijing to Morocco with Four Seasons and Mandarin Orientals, there's a consistency that's kind of leveling out the experience. And he wanted to have a hotel that had a true sense and honor the history of the land with the architecture, the plantings, and to tell the story of this very underdeveloped, bucolic region that is really quite special and unique, and the whole design came from that.
And I hear that you donate, was it $250,000 a year?
Very, very active with giving back.
Right, which is lovely.
Yeah, we try to do as much locally, obviously, and make the impact. We also do things on a national scale with cancer societies and multiple sclerosis. And so we're very active about giving back. Yeah.
Oh, we thank you.
Yeah.
Cottages. It is amazing. Come on in, let's see it. Look at this. Brian, thank you so much for allowing us to stay here and experience the beauty of these cottages. And I just love the colors and everything and the simplicity. And tell me a little bit more about the architecture and the specificness that was planned for that.
Yeah. It's very much about understated luxury, that everything is very tactile, great touch, great feel, very calming colors. Again, that connection with outside. So it's sophisticated but not fussy and precious.
Well, what it does is it puts you in a state of mind and an element. So in all these acres that you're roaming around, you're constantly reminded of being in that element, which is a wonderful place to be in.
It's that surprise element that Keith was very much about with, you know, even the outside showers and, you know, there's little quirky things that are fun, but they're very different and you don't see them at a lot of the properties. So the orchard is the 17 cottage. It's like a little enclave within the hotel. These are vacation ownership, so it's a fractional ownership. So we have 17 cottages that will be sold in tents. This is great vacation ownership where you can show up with all the luxury of spa, room service, catering. If you want to entertain, we can arrange that for you, but you don't have to show up and do maintenance for 2 weeks before you get here.
Spa package for the day that if
we
you just come
also have a
for
day
the day,
spa, which is
it's a great
truly
getaway.
The call in sick special is what I call it. We give you a cottage from 9 in the morning until 6 at night.
Great.
You have to spend a minimum of $300 in the spa, but you know
but you don't have to spend money on the hotel.
No, and with 2 people, that's 2 treatments. It's quite easy to achieve.
There you
Come
go.
up, have breakfast, check into your cottage, take a swim, get a treatment.
Oh, that's great.
Lay around the cottage. It's, you know, wintertime when it's cold, have a fire, watch a movie, and have fun on the way out.
The chef has a very, very nice menu plan for you this evening.
Thank you, Tom.
We're going to do a little tuna carpaccio with some beautiful little organic roasted golden beets as an appetizer. And for a main course, a Thai snapper with baby bok choy and a beautiful little honey lime broth.
Ooh, sounds wonderful.
We're going to do a nice little diver scallop. This scallop has been seared. It is done on a beautiful little mousseline. And then we're finishing it off with a little touch of caper berries in a nice little brown butter sauce. Main course, we're going to do a cinnamon braised veal cheek dish. Veal cheek is done with a parsnip mousseline and root vegetables. Absolutely great. I'm going to bring some local wines.
Sounds delicious.
And we're going to have a really, really nice evening.
Passenger, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tom.
Enjoy. This is a Benzinger local Chardonnay. The winery's over in Sonoma, but this is from fruit sourced here in the Carneros region. And then an absolutely really enjoyable Adastra Merlot. Adastra's a small local winery here, just on the other side of the highway. Specializes in beautiful Pinot Noirs and Merlots.
No. Krista.
Hello.
Bonjour. Bonsoir. Viens ici. Oui.
This is beautiful.
I have to say, the tuna carpaccio. I'm in love with you. It's just, it's love of food. It is, I can't even describe the beauty and the flavors and the taste and the experience. That's what it's all about. Yeah, well, there's a lot of passion that comes in the taste too. Thank you for sharing that passion with us.
So you have a crispy Thai snapper. And it sits on a little bed of licorice salad. It's good. Little baby bok choy, lime, and a little honey lime broth. And on your side, you have a little braised veal cheeks, a little braised little cinnamon, orange zest, A little parsnip puree on the bottom, nice roots, and a little braising juice around, a little sherbet.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Hi, wasn't that a magical journey? And you can go there anytime you want. The doors are always open, but you have to remember it's very important to take time to enjoy life. Life is wonderful, and that's what we need to do. We need to take time to enjoy life. And I'd like to share with you always ways of enjoying life in the Bay Area. So go, have some fun, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much.